when Cameron was in Egypt's land. Let my Cameron go.
Hello everyone, Nathan here. Thanks for stopping by. I'm smoking my little mini Molina Author. Just getting out here for a quick one. And in it, there's some Samuel Gowith Handsome Flake. So, it's that time. We haven't had a GAW in this community in a long time. So I'm going to pony up. Because I've just hit 11-1 subscribers. And for any of you who enjoy Lord of the Rings, you'll catch that reference. So, I figure since I've participated in few, and well, just merely participating, I think, from at least my point of view, means I should be participating. And as a result of participating, now I get to host one. And 111 is a good way to do it. Oh, I'm sorry, 11-1. So, I gotta go through the rules here, right? So, rules are for the GAW, the typical stuff. Must be of legal age. It's yada yada yada. You know all that stuff. You gotta be a visible subscriber to the channel, so I've got to be able to see your name out there, and I don't care when you join, you know, because it's all for fun. And then for this one, I'm going to limit it just to the U.S. folks. Hopefully in the future I can open that up internationally, but we shall see. So those are going to be the restrictions to the GAW. So now I'm going to pull a couple set of winners here. So first set of winners are going to be coming in from the commenters, and the commenters are going to be separate from the folks who do VRs. So if you're a VR, then that's the pool you're in. You can't be in the commenter pool either. So the commenters have it pretty easy. They can just say I'm in. That'll get them a point. And if they want a second point in the I'm in comment, just put in a famous quote about pipe smoking. And I'll go through and read them off in a future video possibly. Just to give you something else to do. So putting in an additional pipe quote, that will get you an extra point. So you commenters can get 2 points into the draw. If you are a VR guy or gal, right, then I'm going to do something a little different. My idea here is that I would like for each of us to discuss a pipe issue that we've had. And that can be an issue anywhere in the hobby, whether it be how you learn to decide what your parameters were for pipe buying, what your parameters were for tobacco buying, and how you came to those steps in the process. Because I want this to kind of be a resource. And it can also be an issue within the operation of the hobby itself in the smoking. And this is where my example that I'll get into later will be. That way we can kind of fellowship around this and use these as resources for each other, as, oh well, hey, I had this same issue and so was able to resolve it, and go check this out and see the steps that this person did to resolve their issue. And that could be it for you. And the thing is we can all have the same issue but come with different resolutions, because we're all different folks with different palates and different smoking styles and all that. So I think it would be a really nice benefit to the community as a whole to have a singular resource that I could put into a playlist, and that one that has legs beyond the GAW timing. So even after the GAW is done, this is kind of something that if I come across one that would fit into an issues and resolution playlist, I can drop it in there. If you do, you can let me know and I can drop it in there, and just have a real good library for us to go to for when we're having issues, to see if they've been done before, or if you do a new one in a year, and you can let me know. I'll put it in there. And it's also not just for us current folks who are either old hat or newer hat or novice hat, intermediate hat at this hobby that we know and love. But it's also for the newbies as well, those who are just coming in. Which, of course, then the automatic response should be, don't get into aromatics. I kid. Ish. So, anyway. So, that's the kind of idea that I have with this. Go into the pipe issues that you've had, the mistakes you've made in trying to find a resolution to them, the eventual resolution that you have had with it, if you've had it, and maybe it's an ongoing issue that someone else can provide feedback on, and that will get you a point on the VR side of the draw. The next one would be a famous pipe quote, and you need to have it in your video, not just in the comments, but in your video. If you can start it off or finish it off with a pipe quote, that'll get you a second point in the draw. So, a couple easy way to get points for both commenters and for presenters, and we'll have a draw eventually, and just enjoy this. I'm excited about this. I'm really interested to see what everybody will contribute. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So, the deadline, for this, I'm going to mark it as a deadline of May 29th. So that'll be, I think it's a Saturday. If I recall right, yeah, 29th is a Saturday. So when the clock strikes 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then the entry deadline will be done, and then after that, then I'll be able to consolidate and then do a drawing video, and then contact the winners and go from there. So there's that. again, it's something I want to be able to have kind of like a living playlist that goes beyond the GAW, that just gives everybody an opportunity to communicate more with specifically the hobby itself, and how we can each like just kind of enjoy each other with that. Like, oh, you found a resolution that way with that. Well, that's interesting. I had that pipe issue and I did it this way. You know, because there's no wrong answer. The right answer really is to the individual, to the individual solution. So mine in particular, so my contribution, and this will get me exactly 0 points because I'm the employee. So what do you do when it all tastes the same? There are interesting ways to think about this, because the question was posed to me by Doug, Michigan E-Piper, and I'd never really thought about it before, but I had gone through the issue before, and it's impacted by so many different things. Right now, especially from you folks in the South, you like talking about that pollen layer that you get on your cars that you love so much. But those allergies can really play havoc with your ability to taste things. Yeah, if you're coming off of being sick or something like that, where you don't really have all your olfactories, then that can definitely impact what you can or can't taste. And at that point, the resolution is just to get better. Drink some OJ, get down. Pop a couple vitamin C pills, get yourself right. But then you get into where you're feeling fine, and you should be tasting things as normal. But your Virginias are all tasting the same, and your Englishes are all tasting the same, or your aromatics are all tasting the same. God help you if your cherries are tasting the same as some rum anise vanilla mix or something like that. I don't know. I'm not an aromatic guy, so I just say that to throw out something extreme and stupid out there. It's like skiff mixture tasting the same as Gaslight. That never happened. But what you're missing out of those is the nuance of the flavors. It may not be that they're tasting so much the same, but you're missing that little, you're missing like that sourness, little sour note that you get on EMP, or the smoky meat that you get from Old Dark Fired. Some of those nuances just kind of go blank on you. And I think that that's been a result usually of overexposure to a blend or a style. And how I've resolved that, when I first got into it again and decided that aromatics was not my direction, I went into Englishes, and boy, really enjoyed them. But they got, started losing some nuances between them. And so it was a matter of really what I call, and I think I've heard this other places too, so I don't think this is something that has come out of my meager noggin, but just to shock the palate. And that you can do that in multiple different ways. If you drink the same thing when you're smoking a pipe every time, that's going to contribute to that loss of nuance. And so if you are a water drinker, then, you know, shock it maybe with some iced tea or hot tea or coffee or a non-offensive soda, to, you know, stout beer or whiskey or whatever you like. Just kind of shock it a little bit by introducing a different flavor. Or if you're just like on this Virginia kick, and, you know, throw something with some Latakia in there, or pop over real quick to an aromatic for a few. And I think that does, in my experience, do enough to shock the tongue into being able to catch those nuances again. You know, so, you know, it's all a bunch of different things that can contribute to that. And so any way that your palate gets affected, if you change it up a little bit, you might find some success with that. So that would be my recommendation, my resolution to the issue. Hopefully that works for you. If you're having that issue, Lord willing, you'll be able to, you know, catch that wonderful, wonderful flavor set from bacon old fashioned, whatever it's called. I've never had it before. I've seen enough from videos of people smoking it to know that I don't plan on getting it myself. Everyone, real quick addendum. As I was editing the video, thought occurred to me that if you're international and you still want to participate, which I would really encourage you to do, because I think you guys have a lot to contribute as well. If you could, or if you want to, make a comment in your video about who you would like to, or shoot me a note about who you would like to have receive the GAW if your name were to be drawn. You know, whether that be just a normal non-presenter or a presenter. Because again, the more contributions, I think it would be the better for us as a whole. So and again, I don't want to leave you guys out from being able to participate if you want to. So you know, just make sure that that you put in there who you would like to receive in your stead, and yeah. So any case, back to me. So anyway, looking forward to all your contributions, and lastly, I'd just like to say a big thank you for all you guys who have had to endure me, although that's kind of a self-inflicted wound since you're the ones that had to click the subscribe button. But in that same regard, may God have mercy on your souls. So anyway, it's been a blessing. I've really enjoyed the past 4 or 5 months, however long it's been, and it's opened up a world of enjoyment that, boy, I didn't expect. It's been real nice. It's been fun. So, you know, anyway, blessings to all of you. Count them. Count every single one of your blessings. Be thankful for them. And when all that's said and done, grace and peace to you.